my friendo. Hi. I'm new here. That's my dog. And I thought I would do the whole hi, my name is Sarah. Hi, my name is Sarah. Don't know if you're expecting me to say Sarah then. I tricked you all. You've all been bamboozled. I'm also known as Sally by my family. It's a name that people call me all the time in my family. I'll get to why I'm called Sally by my family and why the name of my little small biz is Dearest Sally Snowdrop. Thought you might like to see the reality behind this uber energetic up here kind of leveled energy, and just know this energy is not 100% of the time. Often I get to this energy when I'm really excited and I'm around people that make me really happy, and I do drop right down and need recharge time, which a lot of us do. So sometimes it may accidentally get me on a day where I'm actually recharging. So if you do see me then, and I'm not like this is not fake. This is me being excited. I have been described as a Labrador puppy, and even Labrador puppies need to take snoozes. So with this energy, I like energetic things. I really like color, glitter, neon things, pastel things, bright things. I really like goth things as well, which is kind of an odd aesthetic to mix in there, but I'm all for it. I love my support network. I've got my family, I've got my friends, I've got Mr. Moose. One day I might get him on camera. He is a little bit camera shy, which is fine. One day we might convince him to get in here and to do something a little bit silly, because he's a good guy. He's a funny, good guy. I really love animals. I don't think you understand how much I love animals. I'm like, you better watch out for wildlife, because I want to stop and pat it. And I will try and convince him to stop so I can pat whatever's on the side of the road. He has been a good man and protected me and stopped me from doing so our whole relationship. So he's doing his job pretty good, because things will probably want to attack me. And I'm not ready to understand that things that are cute and fluffy don't want me to pat them. So he's protecting me pretty good in that area. I love having pets. Growing up, we had 2 cats, one of which moved across the road and lived with our neighbours for a very long time. And we had a dog, Bindi, a border collie, blue heel across. And she passed away when I was quite young. I can't actually tell you how old I was when she passed away. And we didn't have pets for a very long time. My parents like to travel, and we camp on the foreshore at Rosebud every year, and pets just didn't fit into that realm until, I don't know what happened, but I must have convinced them, or my sisters must have, I think it was just Jess at home at the time, must have convinced them. And for some reason we had pet rats. And then for some reason we became a breeder of pet rats. And then for some reason we also became a shower of pet rats at agricultural shows. So we would travel around, show our rats to the public at the Melbourne show, at Geelong show, Whittlesea shows. And that was a lot of fun as a kid. I love the shock value of people going, what's that moving around in your jumper? Oh, that's my pet rat. Would you like to have a look at her? Yeah, that was a fun time. No, I really liked our pet rats. As I mentioned, we got a dog. That's Klaus. He's turning 3 at the end of May, and he will forever be a puppy. The amount of fur that comes out of that dog is insane. My day job, I work in the disability sector. I have been working for the company that I work for, who I love, for almost 13 years. And I learned how to adult there. I have moved into different roles, and it's really lovely. It's really fulfilling. The people I work with are great. So it's a really nice thing as an adult to get to the milestone of 10 years. So that's what I do for a day job. There's probably a whole heap more about who I am as a person that I could probably put into this video, but I've got sidetracked. Okay, bring it back in. Okay, we're here. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is how shocked people can be when I say I have social anxiety, especially people who see me at the markets and I'm dancing around and I'm talking to people and I'm up and about and in amongst it all and being just a doofus. That doofus self of mine is my most happiest self. I remember when I first met Vonnie, my twin, who helps me out a lot at markets. We went to the Foam Fest, and I got so excited that my heart was racing. I don't know what rate of breath I was breathing at, but I was so excited. I was jumping around, and I work out that's why I get called a Labrador puppy. But when I'm happiest and around people that I know love me, and I'm doing something that I really enjoy, and there's a sense of shared fun, I think the shared fun is part of it. That's when I'm at my most happiest, and that's when you'll see me as my true self, with my energy levels completely full, and I don't stumble over my words. I don't struggle in trying to keep conversations going, and it's just fun and something that I mark as a good interaction with someone, as a shared experience with someone. Is that person laughing? Am I laughing? Is that person smiling? Am I smiling? Are those smiles forced? No. Then this is true shared experience, and that's what I've really loved about Sally and what Sally has brought to Sarah. And markets are one of those, is the catalyst for me to realize all of this sort of stuff. So when people go, you're socially awkward or you've got social anxiety, yeah, I do. But it's in those moments where I feel like I don't belong, maybe. I'm fearing being judged for being a little odd and being a little quirky and loud and round. And maybe that's why it's that confidence of that person accepting me wholeheartedly, like people at markets do. So if you see me at a market and you go, this chick on YouTube, she was saying she's socially awkward and she's got social anxiety. Look at her. She's dancing around like a weirdo. No, she doesn't. It's getting better. It's getting better. And that is my happy place. So that's why I may not look like I'm being anxious, because it's helping my anxiety. The lockdowns over the last however many years we've been dealing with COVID, I can't tell you what year it is. I can't tell you what year we started it all. I can't tell you how many lockdowns we had. I can't tell you how many days we weren't allowed to leave our house. I can't tell you how many days I've been working from home. I don't know, because COVID is a time portal and we're going through the wormhole. I grew up a Trekkie, can you tell? So who knows? But COVID also affected it. I remember the first Christmas party back at work after the first lockdown, I think it was, or the second one. Look, I don't know. But I remember forgetting how to talk to people. I know that I'm not judged there, but I just couldn't work out how to talk to people. I forgot what small talk was. And then I was remembering, well, I don't know what small talk was, but why am I using small talk with people that I know and I've worked with for years? I spent most of that party at my desk because I did not know how to people. So my comfort zone, talking to people I've never met before, making pretty things, seeing people's reaction to my pretty things has all really helped, has helped so much. When I first started doing markets, I relied so heavily on my twin to stop me from discounting every product I made and was selling. The amount of products that in that first market and the next few markets that someone was looking at and was interested in, and I said, oh yeah, so that's 20, but I'll give it to you for 15, because my confidence in my social interactions, but also my product and being a viable business, a business worth being there, was really low. And I have to thank my twin so much. She saw what I was doing. I was looking at the products, these products I had looked at for a number of hours as I was making them. I could see all their flaws. I could see all the bits that I was not confident in. It wasn't at the standard of all these other people I was seeing on Instagram. Imposter syndrome hit real hard. It still does. And I'll talk about what I do for imposter syndrome to help me myself out. And Vonnie, who hadn't been looking at them for hours, thought they were great. She couldn't see all the things I was seeing. So she could see what I was doing in that moment when I was discounting my products. And she jumped straight in. She's like, she makes all these at home, you know. She makes all these handmade. No one's made these for her. Not in a challenging way, but more in from a marketing standpoint that I, at that moment, could not do. I didn't have confidence in me or my product. So I needed that person to do it for me in those first few markets. And since then, my confidence has improved because of her help, because of practice, and also because I'm here behind the scenes, eating, breathing, sleeping, wearing Sally Snowdrop, and constantly thinking about techniques, products, as in the materials that I use, and finishing touches to be so confident in my products that I will never have to feel like I have to apologize to someone by discounting it. So thank you, Vonnie, for that little push right at the start when I really needed it. And it has got me to this point where that's my price. And that's what I need for my time and artistic effort. And that's what I need to realize my Sally dreams and upscale and take this to something that I can be self-employed in. So thank you, Vonnie, for all your help at the start and all your help today. Even though your help has changed since the beginning, still need you there. Still need my Vonnie there hanging out with me. So thank you for everything. That's so sappy. Okay, so we've come away from where I was sitting before, but I wanted to quickly jump in and show you what I do to help me with my imposter syndrome. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera. So I did do an Instagram video about imposter syndrome and how it was affecting me before. And I've come so much further from that day that I did this. So I put this piece of craft butcher's paper, whatever it's called, on the wall, and I'm getting attacked by cobwebs behind the door. And I started writing down all the words that I wanted to feel when making my stuff. So they're all kind of internal emotions of mine or feelings of mine, sort of character points of mine that I really wanted to put out first of all. So if anything I make fits within those kind of feelings, we're on brand. We're on Sally's time. And when we're on brand and on Sally's time, we aren't dealing with imposter syndrome because I'm not trying to be like other people. And how I explained it is I've been following people on TikTok and Instagram for so long, and you see a beautiful, like, natural toned clay earring that is all floral, and oh man, I'm not making anything to that standard. Yeah, because neutral tones doesn't fit into my style guide. So I don't need to make those neutral tone things, and we can stuff off, without making swear words, imposter syndrome, because you can sit from afar and really appreciate other people's style up here, these words, and other people's subject matter, these words down here, zigs and or zags, and you don't have to feel like you're not doing the right thing, because this is Sally. That isn't Sally. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. And the skill level of those people is amazing. But this is Sally. So I focus on this now. And as I think of other words, I add more words on. And that is how I deal with imposter syndrome. And so we're back over here. This is my little creation station. I'm going to get Mr. Moose to make me proper cabinetry. It's cute, no? This right here, is a colourful light from IKEA as a pencil. So my name, let's get there. I know I've done videos of this before. Why am I called Dearest Sally Snowdrop? Well, as you know, my family call me Sally. The night I was born, in my grandma's garden, my grandma and grandpa's garden, the snowdrop flowers bloomed. So I'm a winter baby. I think they're also called snowflakes. And yeah, the night I was born, they bloomed in the garden. Sally is an older fashioned version of Sarah, so much like William and Bill, Richard and so I got named Sally Snowdrop. The Dearest bit comes in because every birthday card, every Christmas card, every letter, which reminds me I need to write a letter to Granny. Okay, someone please remind me. I forget everything. Oh, I'm so sorry, Granny. Every letter starts with Dearest Sally Snowdrop. And on my website, I have a Who is Sally button. And I actually have a snippet of her handwriting from one of my recent letters from her on my website. And I'm currently got it open over here on my laptop, so I'm looking at it as I'm talking about it. So when COVID started and I've got all this energy, all this creative something inside of me that I dabbled with through high school and primary school and my adult life, but nothing with a purpose. Therefore, inspiration wasn't really there. And I said to Mr. Moose, I'm like, and this is when, because we were all home and bored, scrolling through TikTok was a thing. Yeah, okay, cool. All these people were playing with resin. What is resin? How is it something that I can, itchy nose, how is it something that I can bring into my home and make things out of? I want to learn that. So I said to Moose, I sometimes sound like that. I know it's annoying. He finds it annoying as well, which makes me very happy. I said, I want an Etsy shop and I want to make things out of resin. And he's like, all right, cool. That's a good way to keep you occupied when you have nothing to do. So I did. I went and bought some resin. And I bought a couple of molds and I started playing around with it. And it really, really sucked in the beginning. I actually poured resin in this office with no PPE other than gloves. And I have learned a lot since then. And now I'm a safe little Sally when I'm playing with resin. And yeah, so the first things I made weren't that great. And it was about experimenting with the medium to work out how it works and how I can harness that medium and turn it into something. So that was a journey. I won't go. It was getting my hands on a medium, playing with it, seeing the cause and effect. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? Oh, it takes that long to cure. Oh, I'll do it in this sequence, that sort of thing, before I started making earrings and studs, and then onto sun catchers and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, that is how Sally started. And then since resin, I moved into polymer clay. So a lot of my studs and stuff, that's my ice cream sandwich turtles. So I just started making things. I started getting a new medium and going, okay, let's learn this one. And what can I make out of this one? And I just grew from there. There's quite a few other products that I now work with. I noticed that a lot of why I wanted to do this was to learn new things, get that medium, learn how it works, work from there. So I have also collected a whole heap of other craft mediums. I've got wood burning, I have paper making, I have plaster of Paris. What else do I have in here? I have a skein of macrame cord. I collect sticks. I've got painted pots. You want to see one? I dropped a rock. So I was playing with air dry clay, making these pots. There's that one. Look how cute. And it's all covered in moss. Things that I love. Things that are Sally Style Guide, like the mushrooms. This one's got a bit of pink to it. So it's Sally has given me an avenue to collect different crafts and play with them. And that's just how my nana was. So this whole story has my grandma and my grandpa side of things, but also my nana. My nana was very crafty as well. And I remember going over to her house and having craft parties all the time. So I'm bringing both sides of my grandparents in. I found my place on Instagram, not Etsy. Instagram, I have a Facebook page as well, but you'll find me hanging out on Instagram a lot. I also have a TikTok account that I dabble in, but again, Instagram is my jam. And now I am here doing this sort of stuff, doing the long form videos. So on here, you'll find a lot of behind the scenes, work in progress kind of videos. I've got a lot coming, but there's a lot of content coming on how I do some of my products, my very, very Sally orientated products. So that's coming soon. So that's why we have Dearest Sally Snowdrop, why her name is how it is, why I talk about her as the third person. because she is me, but she's also a persona, which I absolutely love. I have a lot to be thankful for Sally. I love the fact that Sally is a persona. She is me, but she is the most creative, elevated, energetic, happy version of me. So what you're seeing in Sally is the best parts of me, which is really lovely. It makes me all warm and fuzzy. Hence why my tagline is about sunshine and warm fuzzies, because I'm doing it for myself and for you guys. So what have I learned as a person, Sarah, so far in being Sally and doing all the Sally things? This started out as an outlet to help me with my boredom. It has grown into community, and I have realized that it has been a whole heap of inner self-worth work. It has shown me that my stomach is very hungry. I don't know if you could hear that. It has showed me that I need to find my community, which I have and I am, to be the best version of me. It has showed me that through my art, and it also, as a side note, has shown me that I can call myself an artist, which I always struggled with in the past, but I am an artist. It has shown me through my art that I can make connections with other people, and we can have a shared experience where we are pumping each other up. There's a lot of shit out there, and we need the people that make us happy to be able to get through that shit. I like the idea that if someone comes to me and we laugh and we have fun, we smile and we're genuine in that connection, that I can be a little stepping stone or a little island of happiness that they can stand on and be supported by until the next time they have a similar experience, whether with me again or someone else equally as helpful to them. So I wanted to be able to fill them up with positivity in that moment to get them through the next lot of shit until the next lot of positivity, that next positivity nugget comes. I love describing things as nuggets. Until that next positivity nugget comes, and then they can move on through life knowing that there's always going to be something that makes them happy and refuels them and strengthens them to get through the next part of it. We want to have those little bursts of positivity to keep us going, to perpetually move us through life. And I don't just want to be a service of that. I don't want to just be, I'm here doing that for you, because I found that you guys do it for me too. So you guys are my little positive nuggets that help me through as well. I know that I have 2 markets every month. I know that I'm going to have fun times with people and I'm going to dance around, and it's going to fill my cup until it's going to fill my cup until the next market. So that's why I do this. And it's what's making me move forward. And it's what's also given me the realization that I can do this full time one day. It doesn't need to be exactly how it is right now. Sally is evolving and will evolve further. But one day this is going to be my full-time work. And this is going to mean that I'm self-employed. And I'm not saying it as maybe one day. I'm saying it as this is what it is. It's going to be that way. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that makes me really happy. Yeah, cool. And everything that I'm doing today, I'm running a little scavenger hunt over at Instagram at the moment with clues about something big that's coming. That little project that I've been working on with someone that I've met through socials and through Sally, you need to go to those posts. You need to find that person that I'm talking about. You need to go to their account and you need to give them a follow because they are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I am doing a course in female entrepreneurship. That's not me bagging. I just love that word. I am learning everything I can learn. I am doing things today, that little things and bits and pieces that I can do today and put aside for my plan for 5 years. And whether if that happens, and if that happens in 5 years, or it happens earlier because we are ready earlier, or if that happens later because we need a little bit more time, it's going to happen. So I'm a little noob here. And you know what? I filmed 40 minutes of me talking to you guys and still forgotten that I need to turn you sideways for YouTube. If anyone has any suggestions for how to YouTube, because I'm clearly stuck in real world, not the real world, but Instagram Reels by being this way, not this way. Maybe if I just, no. I need all the help I can get because I'm going to be here a bit to showcase my bits. My arty bits. Not my bits. Okay. All right, so that's me as Sarah. That's me as Sally. That's me how I got Sally. That's me how I got job. That's me how I am working. Okay, that's how Dearest Sally Snowdrop came about. That's what I've learned so far. That's why I do this, and that is where I'm going. Go follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of fun stuff over there. That, like I said, Instagram is my jam, and I'm very comfortable there. So my content is a lot more polished than here. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Now I'm going to try and edit this down to not 42 minutes. Bye. Why didn't I do this from the start?